Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So I was at the Classic Expo in Salzburg today. I went there on Friday night, stayed Friday night, saw some friends from the Jaguar Club. And not just the Jaguar Club, but friends generally. Went and had a nice meal and then we had a few drinks afterwards. And then I went this morning to the Expo. I wanted to really go and have a look in the auction. It started at 2 o'clock and unfortunately when I got there sort of 10 to 2, you couldn't even get through the doors. I mean, all the seats were taken and there wasn't even any standing room. The people were actually coming out the door, so there's no chance of getting in. Whether that's because people think it's a good time to buy or maybe there might have been sellers, I don't know. But it was pretty rammed and the area where all the auction cars were was extremely busy. It was a very busy day. It was quite hard for me. I had to really pick my moments to try and get some video. I got about 10 minutes worth. It's the best I could do, unfortunately. But it's a fair yomp around there. It's like going to the NEC in the UK. And after about 5 hours, my top of my legs, my hips started giving me jip, and I thought, no, I've kind of had enough. Sort of 5 hours, 6 hours is probably all I can do walking. And you're constantly ducking in front of people because people just stand still or they just suddenly stop. You know how it is, and they stand in the gangway, so it can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Anyway, but there were some really nice cars. There was some stuff there that was really quite well priced, I thought, or the guide price on them. And there was some other cars, some car companies or restoration companies that had vehicles that were completely over the top priced. I mean, the dreaming. I understand that they've probably got a lot of money into these cars and that's what they need to get back on them, to get their money out of them, but they're not going to make that kind of money. You'll see in one particular bit, there's a 71 X 4.2 Series 2 Coupe, and they were asking 134,900 for it, 134, nearly 135,000 euros. And even in pounds, there's no way you'll get that for a Series 2. As I say, my Series 1 was a convertible, and that went for 110, which I think was a good price. I was happy with the price, and the buyer was happy with the price, and it was reasonable. But there's no way a coupe of a Series 2 style was going to go for that kind of money, regardless of how many trophies it's won or what concourse it is. It just, But I do understand people put a lot of money into these cars. The pre-war cars now are getting to a point where they're so low in price, you would need double or triple that amount of money to put them back into that kind of running condition. So they're a good buy. But unfortunately, things are changing. Obviously, the new generations, we tend to buy cars, everybody who's into cars tends to buy cars of their youth. So a poster car like a Lamborghini Countach or like we say Lan or an E-Type, whatever it was. And so it's a nostalgia trip. And consequently what's happening is the people that had like the pre-war cars, they're dying off, have died, or they're too old to drive anymore or collect. And then baby boomers after the Second World War, those kind of cars, and they're not selling that well at the moment. And then you've got the newer people coming along where they were probably born in the sort of 70s, 80s, where they're into Escorts, Mexicos, that kind of stuff, because that's their poster cars. So it's changing, the generations are changing. This is the car that went on fire at Red Bull Ring about 4 years ago when we went to the Red Bull, and I had a Jaguar hour. We all drove around. I went round in my E-Type, and this one was there. Belongs to one of the club members, and unfortunately the fuel spilt out of these carbs. He was going on to the Enstel Classic, and this whole front was burnt all the way along here, but luckily he got it out quick enough. It didn't destroy the engine, but it was badly burnt on the scuttle here. So this is I don't know what this one is. I'm not I can assess. This is a XK120. Really nice. Very, very tight in these cars. I've been in a 120 and a 140, and you're extremely close together, as you can, compared to my 150, which has got quite a bit of room. It's more like a couch in there. These are really tight. It's a beautiful looking car. Very swoopy lines on it. But the strange thing is, they've got the 3 Jaguar clubs, or 3 different Jaguar stands, all for the same car. So they've got Jaguar Daimler club, and then there's Jaguar Enthusiast club. That's the Martin. So, there's the last one. It's up for auction. It's got no reserve on it, but they're looking between 35 and 45. 61 Type 2 bus. It's in immaculate condition. I thought that's quite cheap for that. Certainly not making the prices they were. Really nice inside. Split windscreen. We'll see what it goes for in the auction. It's really busy, as you can see. Yeah. 61 Type 2. Really good condition. Nice cars, but whether they'll make those prices, I don't know. Scimitar. Not for that, 12, 16. Yeah. Oh, it's an Edsel, isn't it? Going to the auction now. There's a 59 Jaguar XK150 drop head. Limited to 90. Doesn't not make 90. Pretty straight though. Nice midnight blue. Romeo Spider 30 SL. Corvette. No chance in hell that will make that money. Car, but a lot of people though, you can see. There's a 120, XK120 now, I'll look at that. Dropper. Nice. A few nice American cars here. Let's look at that. 160 to 220,000. 3-litre CSR. Must have some racing history. 220,000 euros. There's some nice American stuff. Thunderbirds, Mustangs. Nice fastback. That's nice. Beautiful cars, well presented. 120 to 160. Some of the prices are a bit high, to be honest. They're not going to make it. But yeah, some nice American stuff here. That's Buick. Nice, another Thunderbird. Ford Mustang. A lot of cars for sale. What's this Rolls Royce Corniche here? So they're asking for that. So it'll be well over the top. Okay. For Corniche. Probably good money, that. Look how busy it is though. I wonder how many people will go to the auction. So some nice some nice buses. Beautifully done. That's the crazy prices though. Seen them for 130 odd thousand. A lot of money. 59.9. Still a lot of money for that for a commercial vehicle. Oh, it's been wiped. Bit of paintwork on that. Bit lively. Some beautiful buses though, there's no doubt about it. I'll take you around and show you some of these buses over here. They're really nice. Everybody's interested in the Volkswagens. There we go. Beautiful condition though. That one there's sale price 99,990, 100k. Nice one. $125 grand. Another one here. 124.9. That's 125 the same. I mean, absolutely mint, but that's a very old Beetle, right? Black windscreen. Oh, that's kind of fun. It's a mint of that. Let's see what I'm asking for it. There you go, that's a typical example. So Series 2 car, 71, 140 grand, not a chance in hell. For a Series 2 coupe, 140,000, not going to happen. Concourse or not. It's nice, but it ain't that nice. From Stromberg's. Oh, it's pretty rough there. Not a chance in hell. 140,000 euro. Not a chance. Don't know if you guys agree. And there's some nice stuff. And I don't know what the auction's going to be like, but it's not going to sell for that kind of price, that's for sure. Unless you've got more money than sense.